Hello there, very good afternoon. You're joining Lunchtime News here on MTV Sports. Let's start with your headlines first. Foreign sources say that around 10,000 Sri Lankans are residing illegally in Saudi Arabia. Kandy municipal councillors protest against the electricity tariff hike. Gunmen surround Libyan Foreign Ministry to push demands. Well, out of those stories in detail, sources in the Foreign Service say that about 10,000 Sri Lankans are residing illegally in Saudi Arabia. However, the Saudi authorities are yet to officially make a statement on whether these Sri Lankan nationals will be deported. Sources say that the Saudi authorities are still holding discussions on whether to deport the Sri Lankan workers who are residing there illegally. Meanwhile, the first secretary of the Sri Lankan consulate in Jeddah, MBM Zaruk, says that there are about 6,000 such Sri Lankan nationals in areas coming under his purview alone. Meanwhile, Andra Muthumala, the ministerial advisor at the embassy in Riyadh, said that about 2,000 Sri Lankans residing in Saudi Arabia illegally have registered with the embassy in order to return home. Well, moving on, opposition members of the Kandy Municipal Council arrived at the council premises for the monthly meeting today, carrying lit candles as a mark of protest. The councillors lit the candles at the United National Party office in Kandy and then marched to the Kandy Municipal Council carrying posters as well. The councillors then carried the candles into the town hall. Our reporter says that the monthly meeting has already commenced when the group arrived at the town hall. Well, meanwhile, the chairman of the Ceylon Electricity Board, W.B. Ganegala, expressed these views.
We charge less than 50% of the unit production cost per unit from the consumer. This has caused us to incur major losses. Huge sums of money are owed to the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation, the bank and other institutions. It is because we have no alternative that we have been made to make a minor increase in the electricity tariffs. Well,
two separate motor accidents which occurred in the Pirivena junction in Dambulla and in the Wagawat area in Horana resulted in the death of an individual and left 5 others injured.
A motor accident which occurred near the Pirivena junction on the Dambulla-Kurunegala road claimed the life of an individual. The accident occurred when a lorry travelling from Dambulla to Kurunegala collided with a motorbike travelling from Galevala. The person who was travelling in the motorbike died upon admission to the Dambulla hospital. The victim was a 19-year-old boy who was a resident from the Waulabe area in Galevala. The driver of the lorry has been taken into custody in connection to the incident. Meanwhile, a van transporting garment factory workers met with an accident this morning in the Wagawate area on the Ratnapura Panadura road. Our correspondent said that 5 persons were injured in the accident, which occurred when the van veered off the road and crashed into a wall.
Well, in more local news, parliamentarian Arjuna Rantunga says that sport is being destroyed due to political influence. He made this statement at an event in Kalutara yesterday. Parliamentarian Arjuna Rantunga participated at an award ceremony of a cricket tournament held in Darga town in Alutgama. A person is suitable to hold office in a sports administration only if that person has played that sport. In addition, a minister can appoint a person he sees fit. But this is not the case today. Today it is evident that cricket and all other sports are being destroyed due to political influence. Well, an individual who attempted to smuggle a stock of foreign cigarettes to the island was arrested at the Bandaranaike International Airport in Katunaika yesterday.
Custom media spokesperson Leslie Garmani said that the suspect had concealed the cigarettes in his luggage and attempted to smuggle it from Dubai to Sri Lanka. The stocks of cigarettes were valued at over 460,000 rupees. Our reporters say that 230 cartons of cigarettes, which did not mention the country of manufacture, were seized by customs officials. The custom media spokesperson said the suspect is being interrogated.
Well, moving on, excavations in the Kurunegala area in Balangoda have uncovered indicators of prehistoric human life. The Deputy Director of the Department of Archaeology in the Sabargama province, Tissa Maduraperma, said it is believed that the prehistoric tools that were found here date back at least 6,000 years. He added that the excavations which were initiated around a number of caves in Kuragala are continuing. We originally believed that these caves dated back to about 300 BCE because of the cave paintings as well, but the stone tools that we have discovered here give enough indication that these caves were in fact used by prehistoric man several thousand years before what we originally thought. We are continuing with our excavations in the area. Well, conserving the environment is an act of self-preservation. Our cameras captured footage in Yakkala which shows the reality of this statement.
Nepenthes, popularly known as the tropical pitcher plant or monkey cups. According to the Red Data Book of 2007, this carnivorous plant is an endangered species. Steps are being taken in Galthotamulla Yakkala to conserve this endangered plant. Our reporter says that at this institution, which has operated for about 23 years, about 15 different types of tropical pitcher plants are being conserved. About 1,500 types of tropical pitcher plants have been found across the globe. A variety that is endemic to Sri Lanka can also be found here. Even though many people think of the pitcher as the flower of the monkey cups plant, this is the actual flower. Indigenous medical practitioners say that the juices found inside the pitcher of the plant can be used to cure coughs.
The platform for this was laid by my uncle. I extend all support for this endeavor undertaken by him. We started this about 23 years ago. We hope to grow plants which are not found commonly so that the people of this country can see them. We are not doing this for economic reasons.
Well, UNP Western Provincial Councillor Harshana Rajakaruna charges that all public enterprises have become loss-making institutions. He made this statement at a party meeting held yesterday in Dompe.
This event was held to mark the establishment of the UNP branch in Ranwala, Dompe. All public institutions are making losses which run into the tens of millions because of corruption and poor financial management. They are not doing what we need. They keep an entire country and the people hungry so that the cabinet of ministers and themselves can live lives of luxury. Economically, they have destroyed the country.
Well, meanwhile, a News First camera captured footage of a creature that cannot be found in populated areas and which is at risk of extinction. This armadillo was found in the garden of a house in Siambalagahawata, Devata in Gaul. The residents of the house had taken measures to inform the Department of Wildlife of their discovery. A reporter says that the rare animal was then handed over to the Hiare Biodiversity Centre in Gaul under the supervision of the Department of Wildlife. The armadillo, which is an endangered species, is the only mammal on earth which has scales. Well, coming up later on in the news. LeBron James and the Miami Heat complete a 4-game series sweep of the Milwaukee Bucks. All the action on Sports First.
Jennings with a more Anderson. Ray Allen has been so good in this five. Tees up three. And got them all. Loading Ray Allen. Nobody's made more three-pointers in regular or postseason.
Well, in sports, the Indian Ocean Marine Affairs Corporation, together with the Surfboard Association, organized the Surfboard Challenge at the Mount Lavinia beach yesterday. The main feature of the challenge was the Mayor's Trophy, for which 8 teams had registered. The teams included the Sri Lanka Army, Sri Lanka Navy, the University of Moratuwa, the Colombo Rowing Club and 2 teams from the local fishing community. The format of the race was through 4 quarterfinals, which saw 2 teams passing out to sea and rowing 400 meters in sprint fashion before hitting the shore once again, followed by one of the team members racing onto the beach to make it to a flag that had been set up to mark the finish. Sri Lanka Navy beat Sri Lanka Army in a keenly contested final for the Mayor's Trophy, while several exhibition events that included motorboat races and a ladies' race was worked off. In addition to the Mayor's Trophy, a Royal Thomian race was held, which the Thomians won with a comfortable lead. Well, moving on to some football news, Tottenham Hotspur's winger Gareth Bale has been named Professional Football Association's or PFA's Player of the Year and Young Player of the Year. Andy Gray in 1977 and Cristiano Ronaldo in 2007 are the only other players to have won both awards in the same season. Gareth Bale has scored 19 English Premier League goals and 24 in all competition this season. Now also, Rafael Nadal became the first player to win 4 titles this year when he defeated fellow Spaniard Nicolas Almagro 6-4, 6-3 to win the Barcelona Open for the 8th time in 9 years. Since returning from a 7-month absence with a left knee injury in February, the world number 5 has reached the final at all 6 events he has played. His Barcelona triumph adding to the victories in Sao Paulo, Acapulco and Indian Wells. Having lost his Monte Carlo Masters crown to world number 1 Novak Djokovic, Nadal was on the back foot again against Almagro in a shaky opening. The 4th seed made a worldwide start break in Nadal's first 2 service games in cloudy, drizzly conditions on the clay of the Real Club de Tennis. Nadal battled back with 3 breaks of serve to take the first set, lifting the rain-soaked crowd with one particular rally, which he eventually won after having played a shot backwards between his legs. The French Open champion broke again early in the 2nd set and steadily pulled away to secure a 10th successive victory over his compatriot and a 39th consecutive win in Barcelona. Well, comedy movie Pain and Gain starring Mark Wahlberg and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson claimed top spot at the weekend box office, beating Tom Cruise's sci-fi thriller Oblivion.
Mark Wahlberg's dark comedy Pain and Gain brought enough box office muscle to knock Tom Cruise out of the #1 spot on movie charts in the U.S. and Canada. Pain and Gain took in $20 million over its first 3 days, according to studio estimates released on Sunday. Cruise's sci-fi thriller Oblivion slipped to 2nd place with $17.5 million, bringing its 2-week domestic total to $64.7 million. The baseball drama 42 about Jackie Robinson's debut as Major League Baseball's first black player finished in 3rd place with $10.7 million, while Iron Man 3 hauled in $195 million in 42 international markets, a total that surpassed the international opening of The Avengers. The movie arrives in the U.S. and Canada on Friday to kick off Hollywood's lucrative summer blockbuster season.
Lesson number 1. Heroes. There is no such thing.
Well, that concludes our lunchtime news bulletin for this afternoon. I'm Arun Rajaratnam for News First. Take care.